This video covers the formation of the imperfect, perfect, and pluperfect tenses active voice of the subjunctive mood. Remember that the subjunctive records actions that take place in the mind but are not yet necessarily realized in the real world. They're used in very particular contexts, and these tenses, remember you've already learned the present tense, so there are 4 tenses of the subjunctive. 4 tenses are present, imperfect, perfect, and pluperfect. These tenses are used in very particular contexts that need to be learned as you go. So don't worry again about memorizing how to translate the present, imperfect, perfect, or pluperfect tenses of the subjunctive. Right now, just focus on learning how to form them. And these rules that you'll learn today cover all verbs, all conjugations, even the irregular ones. So that's kind of nice. Just as review, to form the present subjunctive active voice, you'll take the present stem from the infinitive. You'll shift that final vowel using the mnemonic, we fear a liar, the E for the first conjugation, EA for the second conjugation, A for the third conjugation and third IOs, and IA for the fourth conjugation. And then you just add your personal endings, MST, mustis, und. You'll notice in the imperfect, perfect, and pluperfect subjunctives, we're going to still stick with these same sets of endings. So I've stressed it before, memorize those endings. So to form the imperfect subjunctive, it's very easy. You're going to take the present infinitive, remember that's the second principal part, just as is, take the entire second principal part, and add the personal endings. That's it. That's all there is to it. So if we take the verb amo, amare, amavi, amatus, nice first conjugation verb, we're going to take our second principal part, amare, and add our first person singular ending, amarem. Second person singular, take our second principal part, add our personal ending. Third person singular, add our personal ending. That's it. That's how you form the imperfect subjunctive. Here it is in its totality. Amarem, amares, amaret, amaremus, amaretus, amarent. Again, if you notice, all of these have the infinitive plus the personal ending. Infinitive plus personal ending. Infinitive plus personal ending. You don't need to change anything. You don't need to shift any stems. Just use that second principal part, that present active infinitive. If we looked at the second conjugation, habeo, habere, haboi, habitus, to have, see, we're just going to use the second principal part and add our personal endings. Second principal part, add our personal endings. Haberem, haberes, haberet, haberemus, haberetus, haberent. Pretty easy. The perfect subjunctive, as it's perfect, we're going to use the perfect stem. Remember, that's the third principal part minus the ending. We're going to take off that final I to get our perfect stem. We're going to add the tense and mood marker of ERI. That is, we'll add this infix, and then we'll add our personal endings, MST, mustis, und. So the thing to focus on here is this tense and mood marker ERI. So again, we'll take our paradigm verb here, amo, amare, amavi, amatus. We're going to take our third principal part, the stem, amal, our infix, ERI, which tells us that this is a perfect subjunctive, and then we'll add our personal endings, amawarim, amawaris, amawarit. Perfect stem, ERI, personal ending. Perfect stem, ERI, personal ending. Here it is completely done. Amawarim, amawaris, amawarit, amawarimus, amawaritus, amawarint. You may say at the moment, wow, this looks an awful lot like the future perfect, and it does. Context will tell you which of these is being used. The perfect subjunctive is not used very often, and only in particular contexts, so you shouldn't have any trouble distinguishing it from the future perfect indicative. Here's the perfect subjunctive of ago, agere, egi, actus, third conjugation. So we're going to take our third principal part, our perfect stem, drop off the I, egg, add our infix, and the ending. So egerim, egeris, egerit, egerimus, egeritus, egerint. The pluperfect subjunctive. Again, it's a perfect tense, so we're going to take our third principal part, our perfect stem, take away the ending, the I, the final I. The tense are in mood marker here. The infix is going to be isse, I-S-S-E. If you already know your perfect infinitives, what you're going to be adding the personal endings to is going to look a lot like the perfect active infinitive. You can think about it however you like, but to break it down, it's the perfect stem plus isse plus the personal endings. So again, let's take a look at amo. Take our third principal part, add isse, and the personal endings. Amo wisem, amo wises, amo wiset. See it written out entirely. There's our third principal part, our infix telling us that this is the pluperfect subjunctive, and our personal endings. Amo wisem, amo wises, amo wiset, amo wisemus, amo wisetus, amo wisent. And here, if we looked at audio, a fourth conjugation verb, audio, audire, audivi, auditus, we're going to take our third principal part, our perfect stem. There it is, our infix, and the personal endings. Audi wisem, audi wises, audi wiset, audi wisemus, audi wisetus, audi wisent. So the keys here, there's no stem changes to watch for or anything. The imperfect, the pluperfect, and the perfect subjunctive are all formed the same way regardless of conjugation, regardless of if it's an irregular verb or not. You're going to watch the stem and the infix. So for the imperfect equals the present active infinitive. That is your second principal part. For the perfect, it equals the third principal part plus ERI, so you look for that ERI plus your ending. And for the pluperfect, your third principal part plus isse plus your endings. So watch those. If you see a present active infinitive acting as your stem, you know your imperfect subjunctive. If you see that ERI on a third principal part, you're probably dealing with the perfect subjunctive. And if you're dealing with the third principal part plus isse plus the endings, you've got a pluperfect subjunctive. So watch those stems and the infix, and then watch the personal endings. They're going to tell you who's doing the action.